All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for our second series on the night. We're going to be having a Division B matchup here. We're going to be having Bread versus Bad Luck Charm. I'm always excited for some Division B. Listen, I mean, there's definitely some good games in Division B last semester, but it felt like if one of the top 2 or 3 teams are playing, you just knew who was going to win. Hopefully, I'm hoping for Division B to not be the same this semester, to say the least.
I can't feel blurry. What?
Put your hand like in front of it, like really close to it for a sec, and then let go.
Am I like in a Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson edit, but that looked like that did the trick. But on the desk with me for this one, he really wanted to be on the desk for this one for a very specific reason. We got Yellow Dog joining me. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. I'm gonna spoil the news. As I am a club owner, naturally, you know, one of these teams are going to be my teams, and that is going to be Bread. I mean, we'll get into the teams later in the compositions, but obviously I'm excited to cast my own team. I've casted my own team on my personal before, my Division A team, so it's going to be my second time doing that for one of my teams, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good one for sure. A lot of familiar faces in this lobby, so it'll be fun to see who can come out on top. But let's go ahead and jump to some stats here. Not a lot to talk about here. Just to cover it, I mean, you see one series input so far. Lagoda Trio somehow 3-0 sweeping Beer Necessities. I don't know if many people really saw that one coming, but that's not the series tonight. We got Bread versus Bad Luck Charm. Not much stats to talk about. So first, I will be jumping to some of the teams here. Bad Luck Charm will be first. This team is captained by a returning member to DCRL. His last season, I believe, was 2 seasons ago, where he made a Division A appearance, made it all the way to LAN, which is Scout. So he's definitely has some great experience. He's going to be a very good player in this division. I think he was rated the highest as well. So Scout definitely going to be trying to show out here tonight. He is joined by a fellow DCRL executive, Omega Blaze 33. Who has always had some good seasons as well, always been a very solid player. He's joining as the second man on this team. And then rounding out is a controversial man in the community, a man by the name of Huskers. He gets his name called for Division B this semester, finds himself on a team with 2 very consistent, great players. So we'll see how this Bad Luck Charm team can pull together for this matchup. But their opponent will be Bread, and I'll let Yellow Dog talk about these guys.
Yeah, making the move up from, I believe, second man last season. I made this realization a couple days ago. He's made his jump up 1 spot each season, going from Div C captain, Div B third man, Div B second man. Now he makes his appearance as a Div B captain, Pasky, followed by a long time member in Silk, who also, I believe, he didn't play last season, but the season before that, he was also Div A, much like Scout. And then rounding out with Mickey Roller, their third man, a newcomer to DCRL. But obviously, I know a good bit about this team. I've played with all of them a good bit. He was a little bit of a sleeper in the draft. I'm pretty confident, but unfortunately tonight, he's not going to be able to play on his normal setup. Some confusion with the scheduling on the part of this Bread team. So he's on an Xbox on, I believe, 120 frames rather than 240, which is what he's used to, and a little bit more latency. So we'll see how that affects his play tonight. But overall, I'm still pretty confident in these other 2 players. Pretty consistent through and through.
All right. I mean, looks like Yellow Dog and his squad is already setting up the excuses for this matchup.
Okay.
So we'll see how this one goes. Like you said, okay. I definitely see the appeal on this team. Pasky, obviously, I was kind of expecting Pasky to get his name called for Div A, but he obviously falls to Div B again. So we know what we're gonna get out of him. He's super good. Silk as well. He's pretty plays pretty well as well. But before we get into this one, Nathan, Yellow Dog, what's gonna be your prediction on this match?
I mean, obviously, I can't go against my boys here.
Valid.
I think it might take a little bit for them to get going. And much as I saying every series is going to be cinema. I truly think they're going to win it, but I think they're going to take time to warm up. I think it's going to be in 5.
Okay. Well, I got to go with Bad Luck Charm here. I'm going to go against you. I'm going to think this one might go to 4 games. I'm going to call it there. But game number 1 is getting underway right away. We'll see who can come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for definitely Omega. Oh, Huskers already coming out pretty strong. As I was talking initially, I was going to start talking about Scout and Omega. I wasn't even going to mention Huskers right away, but right off the wall, hitting a nice bar down shot. He puts this, God, what's her name? Bad Luck Charm. It's going to take me a while to get used to all these names at the start of the season. But he puts them up with an early lead, only 18 seconds in.
Yeah, no, that was a great start for Bad Luck Charm. I wasn't quite sure what even happened here. Still going to maybe fake this ball as Paskey tips a shot towards the net. Make the roller 0 boost touch there. Scout going to pop this up high. Silk goes up again. A little bit of a soft touch here. Huskers going to have a free bang towards the center of the field. Maybe looking for a pass, but Silk going to be there to deny that one. Omega Blaze, good rotation. Denies a clear out here. But it looks like Paskey is going to find a decent 50 as well. A little bit of awkwardness on the side of Scout, but it's basically given to him. Silk giving him some space. Mick D. Roller looking for a clear out. Nice little soft touch. Silk might have a flick opportunity here. Kind of fakes out Omega Blaze, but luckily, Bad Luck Charm able to keep it out of their net.
Silk almost finding that low 50. Trying to find the bar down. Can't quite find it. Mick D. Roller going for the 50. Silk trying to put it on target. Goes a little bit wide. Omega Blaze able to get the save there. Paskey hits it a little bit backwards. Just going to try to get that one out to Silk. Hits this one off the backboard. Omega Blaze a little bit awkward, but able to get the clear and the second touch off the corner. Paskey keeping this one in over towards Scout in the dominance. So seeing him in the Fennec is a little bit unusual, but as I'm talking about that, Silk gets the dunk as he was trying to do early to tie this game up.
Yeah, no, that was a nice dookie, if I do say so myself, right on the hood of Huskers. Nice little 50 there from Silk as he puts that one in.
Is that first dookie of the season for you?
Oh no, you see, you haven't been listening, bro. There's been many dookies already, so but just another one to add to the list. But it looks like there might be a fast answer back. Scout with a soft touch awkwardly puts it around, I believe, 2 defenders here. And somehow that ball finds its way in. And Bad Luck Charm with a quick answer back.
3 defenders from Bread were definitely able to make a touch on that, but like you said, the soft touch from Scout and an awkward kick into play here. And a nice pass coming out from Scout, and Omega Blaze is going to put that one in. I was going to bring it up early in the game before Huskers kind of cut me off with his goal, but Omega Blaze and Scout, I think this duo is going to be pretty dangerous throughout the season. Both very consistent, both very good shooters. They're going to be where you need them to be. So I think they're going to understand each other very well. And then I think Huskers might not work in a lot of teams, but in this team composition, I think he's going to bring just enough kind of difference and just shot-making potential as we see right there.
Yeah, it's actually a very good shot from Huskers. Puts a little air roll on that and just goes bar down. Paskey was maybe expecting that to go up off the backboard, but unfortunately for him, it just rings right in front of his face. And Huskers with a fantastic start to his Div B season. We'll see if they can keep it on. Scout with a good first touch here. McD Roller gets a nice touch off the back wall. Huskers maybe trying to keep the pressure on, but that's a good 50 by Paskey. He might have an open net, but sends it a little bit too high. Might have been able to slot that one if enough power, but Omega Base trying to control out of his own half. Silk might have a free shot of his own, and it's an absolute snipe. A nice slot there from the second man, Silk.
Yeah, Silk, like he's definitely coming out to perform during this game. I haven't seen too much from Mickey Riller or Paskey so far. Definitely playing a little bit more passive and just a little bit timid, if I must say so. Still trying to get used to Mickey Riller on different connection. I'm not sure what it is, but also could just be first series of the season, first game of the season. So definitely coming out a little bit slow, but Paskey, as I'm saying that, is able to put this one top right.
That's a nice play there. Look at that pass from Silk and a good jump on that ball. Nobody able to even put a hand up. And Paskey with a nice slot. Good placement on that shot. And Bread able to bring this back within 1 goal. And not a lot of defense being played right now. There's 7 goals halfway through this game number 1. Both these teams definitely. Silk's in this lobby, so if he's listening back to this is definitely a feeler game, if I do say so myself.
Ooh, yeah, definitely gotta be a feeler game.
Because it's just a pretty lack of defense right now. I think both these guys are trying to figure each other out right now, and maybe even figure each other out. And I don't know how much experience these teams have together, but we'll see if they can lock in here. 2 minutes left to go. Bread trying to claw back from a 4-1 deficit. They're doing a good job so far.
This one could be awkward. The roller just barely able to get up for that one in time. A 50 goes mid. Silk gonna pass this one over to Paskey in the corner. Does he get a touch? He does get one up. Silk maybe able to go in for the shot. Gets one off the backboard. The roller looking for the shot. Puts it dead middle. All 2 defenders right there. Not much he could do with that shot with the entire net covered. But this one's gonna be over towards the sidewall. Over towards Scout. Hits it towards the roller. Doesn't get a great touch. Just kind of hits it away. Not really able to follow that one up.
Silk gets a nice 50 here. Scout gonna try and settle that ball. Does not get the best touch. Paskey gets a small look there. Huskers looking for a redirect off the sidewall. Almost gets it.
Oh.
Unfortunately, just can't quite find it. He's gonna turn on this ball. Goes up the sidewall. Able to find a demo as well. Paskey kind of loses control of that ball. And Omega Blaze is gonna take advantage. Try and maybe find a favorable 50, but McD Roller holds strong. Huskers looking for a little skim pass. Demos are opening up the rotation here, but Huskers able to get back, turn on that ball, and keep the ball out of his own net.
McD Roller just had absolutely no boost. Just absolutely army crawling towards the ball. Not much he can do. This one's off the backboard. A little bit awkward for Mega Blaze. Silk a little bit too far back as the third man. Would have been a dangerous commit, but probably one worth going for. Mega Blaze can't find the touch off the sidewall. Paskey. Not a great touch off the corner, but Silk able to follow up. Maybe looking for a play here. Huskers with a nice early challenge as first man. Getting possession of this one over towards Paskey. Does not get a great touch. Over towards Silk. Does not get the boost. On the sidewall, Scout is able to beat him out. Kind of just chung in this blue corner for a minute here. I'm not sure which team is going to be able to come out with possession on top here, but Bread needs to score in the next 15 seconds, so every second taken off this clock is favorable for this BADLUCK Charm team.
It's a good start. McD Roller gets a nice favorable touch. Scout, good rotation there. Gets a nice touch midfield. Huskers trying to control this ball. This is going to waste a lot of time. Can Bread get one final one? They cannot. Well played there from Huskers. Waste all that time off the clock. And BADLUCK Charm with a very good start. You see Bread with a couple of good goals to make it close. But BADLUCK Charm looking pretty good. Like you said, that Scout and Omega Blaze connection going to be a strong one. And then Huskers actually with a couple great goals of his own. So this BADLUCK Charm team coming out swinging, taking down what I would consider one of the favorite teams here in Division B. So good start for BADLUCK Charm.
Yeah, I hope it brings a little pizzazz to this BADLUCK Charm team. Scout and Omega Blaze, they're consistent and they're great, especially in this Division B where you don't need to be all that flashy, you just need to be consistent. But if you have 3 players that are just consistent and can shoot, it's going to be kind of difficult to get beats over multiple people. So I think Huskers is going to be able to bring this team where he's going to be able to bring that extra little spark to this team when they need it.
I think that's a perfect analysis there. I will say I think, a good solid team of rotations eventually will work out. But like you said, I think it's a little bit easier when you have somebody like Huskers that can, like you said, maybe bring a spark or bring out some mechs here and there. So definitely a good sign for BADLUCK Charm. Game number 2 getting underway. We'll see if this one goes any different. You saw way less goals in the latter half of that game number 1. So we'll see now if there's any differences going into this game. Silk going to try and get things started here. Sends a floater on field. Going to try and actually have a follow-up. Scout able to get under that ball. Pops it into his own corner. That's a great touch by Paskey. McD Roller is going to commit to this one. Scout able to beat him off the backboard. But Brett is bringing the pressure here.
Yeah, they are. Paskey's going to send this one up. McD Roller beat by Omega Blaze. Maybe he's going to have a second touch. He does. Not on target, though. Silk a little bit awkward on the backboard. Hits it towards his own net. Paskey able to retrieve that one for Silk. This one gets hit wide. A blue trail. Bouncing towards middle. Mega Blaze over towards Huskers. Hits it backwards. Maybe Scout can get this one. Oh. He does almost get the beat. Paskey's able to get the touch, though. Well, McD Roller with a nice challenge. Over towards Silk. Gets a beat, but not quite over Omega Blaze.
Could be dangerous here. I think that was Omega Blaze kind of missing contact there. Maybe expecting a 50. As Paskey gets a nice touch around one. The
Good
net is
touch.
actually kind of open. Oh, what oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if that was full. I think, I have a feeling, listen, I'm not trying to hate. I think McD Roller is trying to just put that on net, but Paskey, with a great positional play there, puts that one in. That's a great play coming out from Red.
Fantastic play, whether it is intentional or not. Obviously, Paskey flipping forward there, looking for a pass. I mean, there's no other reason why he would be flipping forward there. Whether the pass was intentional or not from McD Roller, doesn't matter. Ends up in a goal regardless. They go up 1-0, finding themselves, I believe, their first lead. Another great pass coming out from this Bread team. Silk almost finding it. I'm loving the passes that are coming out from this Bread team. They're looking for these passes both on the giving end as well as positioning themselves in a good spot to receive these passes.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's another good 50 as well from Silk. This ball goes down the field. It feels like the pace of play is picking up a little bit here. That's a great touch from Silk. He's hits it across the field. Paskey, last man back on 0. Makes a small diving save there. Mega Blaze trying to maybe get a 50 midfield. This could be a shot opportunity. Ooh. Scout gonna put this on the net. Oh, what a nice little redirect from Omega Blaze. The shot on, it forces out a jump from the last defender there. And Omega Blaze with a nice little redirect to put that ball in the back of the net. That's a great goal coming from Bad Luck Charm.
Yeah, as soon as I saw McD Roller kind of creeping up there, I saw Scout going towards that ball. I don't know. I feel like Tom Brady in the booth seeing the play happen before it actually happens.
Oh, we are not making that comparison, John.
But no, I like saw it happen in real time before it actually happened. Oh my gosh, another almost bar down shot coming from this this Bad Luck Charm team, which it seems like they're only getting bar downs. They're getting really nice shots. They're not getting just rollers in the middle of the net. They're getting nice shots that are, you know, even if there was a defender in the net, it'd be difficult to save. So they're doing pretty good on their placement and power so far. As I say that, Huskers sends it a little bit high. But so far, pretty good shooting-wise from this Bad Luck Charm team.
Yeah, no, for sure. Minus that little miss there. Huskers could have the second. He might have it again. Omega Blaze hits it right at McD Roller. Had the whole net to work with. There's a little bit of hard of an angle. Could be dangerous still, though. Omega Blaze keeping the pressure on. McD Roller pops in his own corner. Omega Blaze trying to get it in front. But McD Roller, an absolute brick wall, keeps that out of in front of his own net.
Not much boost to work with. Silk finally picked up some boost here. Not able to get much going. Paskey trying to find something in the midfield. Gonna play this one patient. Maybe over towards McD Roller. Gets the touch towards the net, but it's just a slow floater towards Huskers, which hits it over to Paskey. He's gonna try to get one up, but isn't quite able to follow it in the air. This one's going over towards Silk. Up off the corner. Huskers can't quite find the touch. Omega Blaze gets a big boom and clear. That one might just be open. Paskey caught creeping. Caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Omega Blaze punishes him.
Yeah, that's perfect rotation there from Omega Blaze there. You see him waiting back post, waits for his chance to strike. And he kind of gets a little bit lucky there that Paskey was creeping up. Probably wasn't expecting a goal from that, but hey, you'll take that every day of the week. And Bad Luck Charm threatening to go up 2-0 on the series here. We'll see if Bread can find some sort of answer back. McD Roller sails it across the field, kind of gives away possession. Omega Blaze booms it back. He's going to follow up on his own clear here, kind of fakes it out. Scout might have an opportunity. Everybody is going missing on this play now. Huskers can't find the shot, and it's Scout with a slow roller. And man, oh man, the ball finds its way in the back of the net, but that is a chaotic way to get a goal, to say the least.
Yeah, that's the type of goal you expect like the goated trio to let in. So unfortunate that Team Bread is the one allowing that in. Super awkward rotations all around. See if we can clean those up with a minute left here. Maybe looking for a good 50. McD Roller out towards midfield. This one goes up. Paskey full boost, but a nice 50 from Omega Blaze. Just a nice early challenge. Scout gonna put this one up off backboard. Accidentally gets a double touch. Probably not what he wanted. Just kind of relieving pressure for the other team. A nice flick. McD Roller, another great positioning on the goal line here. He's been pretty good so far. That last second defense, but you know, when you're down, you don't need last second defense, you need last second offense to tie this game up.
Yeah, I know for sure. It's not looking real good. Again, it's just spending so much time in this blue half. That might be another goal here. Scout sails it high. We were glazing the shooting from this Bad Luck Charm team, and ever since we did that, they haven't been real good on the shots. They could have had a couple goals here and there. Silk just kind of lobs one on net. easily saved away. 10 seconds to go. Scout trying to add on again. Maybe a chance here. If Silk can get a beat, he cannot. That's going to waste a lot of time. Looks like Bad Luck Charm are going to run away with a Game 2 victory, progressing to match point here. And we'll see if they can get the sweep done.
I'm hoping not. I think Cyclone 10 just never gonna happen. I hate to break it to the Oscars, but ain't gonna happen.
Nobody even knows what you're talking about because they can't even see what he said. But either way,
I suppose
I had a realization as we were casting this Yellow Dog that if we can somehow get it to where, like, you know, the two club owners are casting both of their teams, like,
oh my,
it could be a pretty good. If you've ever seen, I think it was like T-Bates and Dazarin. I think they did like a. It was kind of staged, but kind of like, you know, I think Dazarin's a Gen G fan and T-Bates is a NRG fan, and so they would like literally like arguing mid-cast, and it's a very famous Rocket League game of commentary. I feel like we could kind of
DCRL did that a few seasons ago.
We tried to do that, but the thing is there was nothing behind it, right? But now with like club owners, you know, there's something behind it, like get you and me, our teams going against each other. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It could be something there, but.
No, I remember I was playing against Tech 7's team. We had some beef against them before the match, and it was V-Storm and Bean Chalupa, and it was an absolute beatdown. So I just kind of felt bad for Bean Chalupa, who was trying to cheer for Tech 7's team. Did not feel bad for the squad that I was facing whatsoever. I mean,
yeah. Anyways, game 3 getting on the way. We do have Mick D Rolla in the chat saying Xbox lag is crazy. So that is being pulled right now. Mick D Roller, unfortunately, cannot find contact there. Potentially could be a different story if all 3 members are at full strength. So unfortunate for Mick D Roller here, as it's just an awkward play there from Bad Luck Charm. Nobody knows where the ball's going, including the defender, and Bad Luck Charm strike again early.
I don't know how much I can, you know, we can put that one up to Xbox Live. These kind of awkward rotations.
Yeah.
Didn't put yourself in a good spot. At the end of the day, if you put yourself in a good spot, playing on Xbox or playing on PC, you know, it is only so much of a difference. You know, obviously, I put up over 1 goal a game on PlayStation last season, so, you know, it can't be that bad, coming from first-hand experience. But going from PC to console, you know, it does probably make it feel a lot worse. But at the end of the day, you know, if you put yourself in a good spot, it doesn't matter too much anyways. And none of these games have been particularly super close. I mean, I think Game 1 was a 1-goal game, but Game 2 is a 2-goal game, but it felt pretty dominant in the side of Bad Luck Charm. And so far, in Game 3, it's felt pretty dominant in favor of Bad Luck Charm.
Yeah, they're out to a good start here. Silk trying to get something going, but Scout with some good backboard defense, able to shut that down. And one player I've been super impressed with, Paskey, maybe a flip reset chance. Nothing going to come from it. One player I've been super impressed with this series is Huskers. I didn't know he had ball like this. He's had a couple of great goals. Saw that last goal there that we didn't really comment too much on. He's just a monkey. You can see him there turn on that ball, cutting rotation, but it's not bad cuts either though. It's good cuts that keep the pressure on. We see Scout with a shot, and Mick D Roller able to make the save.
Yeah, maybe it's just, you know, when him and the Boom play together, they just play really how do I say this? Dumb. But maybe when it's just him, they're like the same player, so they're on top of each other. But maybe when it's just Huskers and he has 2 solid teammates around him, maybe the monkeying does work. Maybe I underestimated his ball. I knew how fast he could be, I knew how mechanical he would be, but I was questioning how well it would work out in an actual team environment. But so far, I mean, obviously, they're up 2-0 in the game and in the series, so working out pretty well so far.
Yeah, no, for sure. Whose club are they a part of? I forget.
Gosh, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but either way, they might have seen some ball here, because like you said, the chemistry that Huskers needs, like in my opinion, I think with how Huskers wants to play, he needs 2 players like Scout and Omega Blaze in order for it to work super well. And I don't know if that was a calculated move by the club owner, but either
just like 10 spots above the next player.
Yeah,
Nobody
Either
else
way,
grabs them.
Scout gets a nice bounce off the corner. It's hard to read for Bread. Bad Luck Charm with a 3-0 lead here in Game 3, threatening a 3-0 sweep in this series.
I'm not even sure what exactly is going on. Just the rotations just seem super far off. I mean, there you go. I mean, that's one way to get a goal right off kickoff. Maybe that'll lead to something, but overall, it just seemed like rotations have seemed a bit awkward. Either they're playing too far away from each other or too far on top of each other. It's just not quite in the right position when they need to be. But I'm hoping that in this last half the Game 3 here, they can start to figure it out and pull it to at least a Game 4.
Yeah, no, listen, there's a lot of time left, and that goal brings it back within 2, makes it look a lot more doable. I just need to try and get another one here. My cat is jumping up in front of me. Could be a chance here for Scout, as again he sails it high. How many shots and goals have we seen that are just sailed high above the net there? And Silk, maybe a nice looking for a pass over to McD Roller, but does get cut off by Huskers, who is just keeping the pressure on. Omega Blaze gonna get up. It's a nice defensive hit there. Huskers gonna put this up off the backboard. Nobody's on it. Double attempt for Scout, and he rings it off the crossbar again. Second shot is on. McD Roller able to make the save, but the pressure is not over. Scout demoing in the process here. Bad Luck Charm are just being so aggressive right now, and finally the pressure caves in, and Bad Luck Charm go up by 3.
Bad Luck Charm are just getting so many open looks at net. You can only make so many goal line saves if your team. Oh, I heard that. Some more.
yeah, Mars making an appearance.
Yeah, I mean, you can only make so many goal line saves. McD Roller's been great on the goal line, but you can only do that so many times. You need to snip it at the stem or something like that. I don't know how the saying goes.
I get what you're saying.
You can't let it get that far into your zone unpressured. What's up, Mar?
Yeah, Mar.
Another shot opportunity, but Scout able to shut that one down. McD Roller goes flat at the ball. Sends this one over the corner. So can't quite find contact. One's bouncing around. Scout, a little bit awkward. Huskers gonna be able to try to control this one back towards his own net. A nice pinch with Omega Blaze. Gonna waste a lot of time. Team Bread here needs 3 goals and only 50 seconds. They're gonna need to go in really, really soon here. Let's see if McD Roller can get a good flick. A little bit late on the attempt. Omega Blaze with a nice early challenge.
You know, this is looking good for Bad Luck Charm. They're doing a very good job here. Huskers going to keep the pressure on here. Popping at midfield. Omega Blaze is there for a shot. Scout going to have another one. Nobody is in the back of the net. And Bad Luck Charm, a very dominant performance here. The defensive rotations cannot keep up on the side of Bread. Bad Luck Charm really just running away with this one. It feels like Bread just are out of energy. There's no boost in the tank. No way to be able to try and contest some of this pressure. Bad Luck Charm, very, very dominant here in Game 3.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Huskies almost finding a nice goal off the sidewall there. Bread just trying to limit the amount of goals they let up for the morale. I mean, they're down 4. It's pretty much impossible at this point. But overall, I mean, it's Bad Luck Charm. Their rotations look super clean through and through. They had good early challenges on defense. They had great pressure on offense. Got demos where they needed to. But I mean, overall, looked pretty dominant throughout the entire series. Game 1 looked pretty close in the second half, but apart from those 2.5 minutes, you know, pretty much all in favor of Bad Luck Charm.
Yeah, no, for sure. And for Fruity Jebbles or Obese Home Pitch in the chat, that definitely was not unlucky. I mean, that was a very dominant performance there, especially obviously in Game 3. Game 1 was pretty close. Thought we could maybe see it go a few games, but listen, I'll give Bread a little bit of the benefit of the doubt there. Maybe when McD Roller back on his home setup, maybe there's a different story here. But again, it is week 1, and Bad Luck Charm definitely did deserve that win there. So a good, well-played series there. Bad Luck Charm get it done in 3. And we're going to go ahead and get these guys in for an interview. If I set this up real quick, go to Orange a Winner, and we will go ahead and drag these guys in for an interview. And well done, ladies and gentlemen. Bad Luck Charm joining us here on the winner's booth. A very, very dominant win, especially there in that game number 3. Scout, I'm going to toss it to you as the captain of this team. Obviously, you make a comeback to DCRL, and you start off week number 1 with a bang. How you feel?
I am ecstatic. This is exactly what I was hoping for, or what I expected from my team. I'm just glad we could finally, after countless hours, hammer through our rotations to get that smooth out.
Yeah, no, it was a good performance there. Your team composition, I can't agree. I don't know. I guess I'll ask you how much of when you during the draft process, I did look. So you're part of Greek's club there. Was your team who you picked with Omega Blaze and Huskers? Was that your doing, or was that Greek's doing, or what was it? Because you guys have a great team comp together.
That was all me. I'm gonna give myself the credit on that one. He asked for opinions, and then we pretty much had the same thoughts for players both times, actually.
Okay. I was gonna say we were, Yellow Dog and I were kind of commenting on that, and we'll kind of touch on this a little bit later. But Huskers we saw him just being a monkey basically. He was cutting rotations, but it was working super, super well.
Whoa.
And it was awesome. And what I was saying, listen, let me finish. You have 2 very solid players in Scout and Omega Blaze, very solid rotational based players, and allows Huskers just to go around and just kind of do whatever he wants. And it was working out super well. So the team composition, I'm loving how it looks so far, Scout. So good job drafting your team. But I guess I'll toss it over to stop laughing, Huskers. It's not that way, bro. I'll toss it over to Omega Blaze. From your POV, we were kind of glazing you on your, you're a very rotational, smart player. What's your position on this team with Scout and Huskers?
I'm kind of just trying to be there as like a supportive player. I've played that role the last few seasons, so kind of just trying to make sure I'm rotating back, always staying back, and then whenever I need to take a shot, I'm there for it. So I've been really trying to hone in on my rotations and really focus on that rather than trying to be overly mechanical or force anything like that. So just trying to fill in the gaps wherever it's needed and support these guys as best as I can.
W answer. Like I said, I think you did that job perfectly well. You and Scout, the rotations were looking good. Huskers, obviously, too. I mean, your rotations were looking good, but I just love how you guys were able to play together. It was looking good. But I'll toss it over to Yellow Dog if you got any questions for these boys.
Yeah, I'll toss it over to Huskers. So, I mean, I played 3s with you and Boom, and I can't even lie, it was straight purgatory. You two are very, very similar. You two are very, very similar.
On each other.
Yeah, on each other. Now obviously that wasn't working. What is it about playing with Scout and Omega that makes it just work as well as it has been?
It's kind of like how Earl said. They rotate. I just get to be a monkey. I had my chicken tenders and my Kool-Aid.
What?
Hey, no, I get that though.
Today,
I used to go T-Bell and Triple Haze Bang. That was the strat.
Oh, hell no.
You gotta have your pre-game meal every week.
Exactly.
It's a method.
All right, well, I'll know if I need to mute Huskers for the rest of this interview or not after that response. Good God. Either way, you guys played absolutely fantastic. 3-0 sweep over Bread, who, listen, I know there's an upset person in this voice call right now. Yellow Dog, obviously the club owner of that team. So, listen, there might be some excuses, but no matter what, you guys played super well tonight.
No, you guys earned it. You
guys definitely did.
Owner, you guys earned it.
Yep, you guys definitely did. But Yellow Dog, any final thoughts before we head off of here?
I mean, nothing crazy, but congrats, obviously, on your first win of the season, and that being a sweep, so pretty dominant. I'm hoping you guys can keep up some of the success going into the season here. Yeah, good luck on your season, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
So
well, congrats, boys.
Thank you so much.
Good luck next week.
Yep, thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate it. Y'all take care.
Yeah.
Thank you, Earl.
Yeah. Good God. I always like I'm
Oh.
clenched. I'm clenched up anytime Huskers is able to talk on a stream. It's a risk. He's a brand risk for sure. So I don't know, but either way, Bad Luck Charm, a fantastic showing here. We've said it. I sound like a broken record at this point, but unfortunate for Bread. Definitely had some signs though. I will give them that. I especially saw a great connection between Paskey and Silk a couple times. So it definitely looked pretty good. You know, some shines of hope, I guess you could say. And we'll see if when McD Roller is able to get back to his setup, if that is going to make a difference or not. I mean, we'll find out next week and the week after. But Yellow Duck, any final thoughts before we close this one off?
I mean, nothing more I can really say about this match, but I will be very interested in watching this next match. Another Division B match. I believe
I think. Oh yeah.
a Div C champion.
Did I get it wrong? Oh yeah, I got it wrong. I'm just gonna hide this. Anyways, but yeah, keep going.
Nice. It's gonna be a former Div C captain in Jammin, and a former. How did Iser do last season? I don't remember.
We made it to land, right?
I don't think.
Or no, I think he got knocked out right before.
I'm not.
He got knocked out right before. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
yeah, I don't. I was thinking about the season before when he's in the finals when I was.
When he
But
destroyed
anyway,
it.
he's when I absolutely.
Actually, they reverse swept you, right? Or like got the reverse sweep and then. Anyways, whatever.
They got the bracket reset.
Yeah.
A couple good teams. I'm expecting both these teams to be in the upper echelon. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Krill on Izard's team, so I'm interested to see how he does with that squad. Getting his call back up to Division B, barely. He almost dropped back down to Div C, but I am excited to see him on Div B team. I think he does a lot better with these Division B players, so I'm excited to watch that game.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm getting there here. I'm getting the thing set up so we can actually see it here. Did I change the wrong thing? I don't know. Here we go. So yeah, it's gonna be Kool-Aid Jammin', like Yellow Dog said, versus Only Phoenix. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to see how that one turns out. But this is the end of the night for me. I am going to be busy here in a little bit, so a different streamer by the name of iCosmic is going to be taking over after I'm going to be ending. So I do apologize. It's going to ping again in the server and all that good stuff. So please, when the stream ends, at some point just refresh, and Cosmic will be live again for 2 more matches. It's going to be this match you see on screen right here, Only Phoenix versus Kool-Aid Jammin', and then they're going to close out the night with a another Division C matchup. It's going to be Coops Cuties, who played yesterday, versus the Dookie Brothers, who is my club, which I'm really excited to watch. But again, to everybody that came through tonight, a lot of thanks to everybody in the chat. Futago subscribing earlier, and I think that was about it. Lots of support, lots of good viewership here tonight. Been pretty successful start to our season on the production side of things. So I appreciate everybody stopping by. Yellow Dog, thank you to you as well. I know it wasn't probably the result that you wanted as the club owner of that team, but I appreciate you either way for stopping in tonight.
You know, of course, it's always fun hopping on the desk, especially for an official DCRL stream. You know, I can stream on my personal all I want, but it doesn't quite have the same atmosphere. Not quite the same amount of viewers, or you know, the overlay and everything that goes on behind the scenes. So it's definitely always a pleasure, and especially with you, it's always fun casting with you. So
it is indeed. It is indeed.
It's always been fun.
Hey, last night, all I'm saying, we got Yellow Dog set up with the stream stuff. So maybe eventually in the next coming weeks, we can get him. You know, he's a little bit of a computer noob, so it might take some.
You're a chud, bro.
You're a chud when it comes to
PC chud. Fuck.
So we'll see what Yellow Dog can do, but you'll sure be seeing more of me and Yellow Dog in the near future. But like I said, Cosmic will be taking over after me. So please, if you're here right now, stick around. Cosmic will be going live shortly. But with that being said, great games tonight. Good luck to everybody the rest of their season. And I'm going to go to an intermission, and you'll be seeing the end of me. But with that being said, please stick around, and we'll be back after the break.